Hello and welcome to the SEO plus AI show. My name is Josh, straight from the 90s Bashinsky with his haircut. I am joined today with by my co-host, Greg Bissani. Say hi there, Greg.
Hey guys, how are you today? What's going on, Josh?
My hairdresser went a little crazy with the hair dye. He said, let's put some streaks in. I said, okay, sure, fine. And he went a little crazy. So I look like I'm a background singer for the band in the 90s, 98 degrees or 94 degrees or I don't know what degree they were at. They're at some level of degrees. But that's what we're doing. So that's what's going on with my hair today. So, if you've never seen the SEO plus AI show before, we are the finest place on the YouTubes to get the information about SEO and AI. Today, we are covering something very important as I get rid of the Zoom controls that are in my hair. Today, we're talking about something very important. I'm going to show you how to crush small business SEO. We have a very easy use tool we're going to review today that will crush a small business SEO, at least the on page of it anyway. It takes about 20 hours of SEO work per page down to like 20 minutes. And it works, and it actually boosts your pages, and it is safe to use. It is high quality content, so it's exactly what you want to use for your small business. We're going to be showing you how to use that today. But before I get to that, there's a long running segment on the show. Is Josh actually broadcasting to YouTube properly? So let's just quickly go over here and see, just to make sure that I'm broadcasting to YouTube correctly. And the answer is to use. Yes, I am broadcasting to YouTube correctly. Yay. There's sound and everything. Yay. So, good. So that's fantastic. So, a little bit more stuff to get out of the way. So this is the SEO plus AI show, as I said. We are the finest place on YouTube to see the information on SEO because SEO and AI are co-joined. They are commingled. They are getting romantic, if you will. There is no way that you can disentangle AI and SEO now at this point. You need AI to analyze all your competitors because there's no way a human could do it in time. You need AI to analyze your content to make sure it's high enough quality and not spam because there's no way a human could do that in time. And be competitive, right? Because SEO is a race. Not only do you need to rank higher, you need to rank higher faster than your competitors. You need to put more signals to Google faster than your competitors, who many of which have already had a huge head start. And of course, Google ranks pages with nothing but AI. So you need to get in on the AI train. In some areas, it might be a little bit vaporware, it might be a little bit hype, but not in SEO. In SEO, it is the real deal. And I think across the board, AI is the real deal. People just aren't really seeing the promise of it yet, except for the tool we're going to show you today, SEO Copilot. It has the promise of actually making your life easier, and the AI is doing some of the heavy lifting, quite a lot of the heavy lifting, actually. We do the show twice. We do it live Tuesdays around 10 a.m. Pacific time, and we produce the show and put that out on Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific. So you can ask any SEO questions you want. You can ask them live on the side there. Make sure you click the bell and smack the monkey and get all your subscribe notifications down there to make sure you're notified when we go live. And you can also ask any questions you want down below in the comments on either of the shows. So with that, Greg, what is the latest thing in SEO you've seen people talking about that you think AI can really help with?
Outside of SEO or within SEO? Sorry.
Within it.
Within it? That's a good question. I wouldn't say anything tremendously new. It's definitely getting more and more hey, do everything type deal where it's creating outlines, it's creating the content, it's creating the images. I guess some are starting to do schema, some are starting to do tables, really trying to build the page out so that it looks less AI, more human like there was actually research done, more current events, more up to date. All those things are, I think, the focus of most of these content writers out there. Other than that, I've definitely seen some AI that are building web pages. So that's more on like the UI UX, which kind of commingles with SEO.
Right. So what if I were to tell you we have an AI that does all of that? We're going to show users today.
No way. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Very close to all that anyway.
Is that what I've been working on for a year?
Is that what it is? Yes, as a matter of fact, it is. You will not be surprised at all. Yes, so today, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, AI is here, and it's huge. And I know in some other industries, people have played with ChatGPT and they're like, I don't quite understand how to use this thing. But with the young peoples like me, because look at my haircut, I must be young. Just ignore all the gray in the beard, ignore the wrinkles on my face. Just pretend I'm as young as my hair is trying to be. And with us millennials, with us Gen Z millennial types, we're into the AI, and actually, they skew their demographic skews very highly to using ChatGPT, and I think it's because they kind of get the technology. Young people can absorb technologies quicker, like just like when we were younger, we absorbed email and internet quick, and our parents were like, "What is this? We don't understand." It's natural, and so now I've phased out of TikTok. I've aged out of TikTok. I don't get it. Like I don't get it's social media. I don't get why people like it. It's kind of frenetic and crazy. And I think AI is the same. I think younger people are leaning towards it, but don't let that stop people who remember the 90s like I do. Don't let that stop you from using AI either. For those people out there, young or old, who own a small business, this is what today's show is about: how to crush SEO for small businesses using an easy tool. So I'm going to do an over-the-shoulder how-to on an easy tool to crush your SEO for small business. And those people who own a small business, whether young or old, this is how you use AI. This is a super easy to use user experience, user interface to use AI. You don't have to know any of this prompting crap. Most of it is just very easy to do, and you just easily get it. And you still have some control of it. You can change things if you want, but it's very easy to use. So that's what we're going to be showing today. And so let's get right to it. Let's not beat around the bush. So today, as I said, is going to be for small business, how to use a very easy SEO tool for small business. So let me show you. Let me get right to it. So the piece of software, as I promised, as I mentioned, is SEO Copilot. You can go to SEOCopilotai.com, go to SEOCopilotai.com, and click here and just get started for free. 14 days, no credit card needed. You don't have to believe anything I'm saying. You can try it yourself. And this is what we're reviewing today. It is really, really, it's a full on-page solution. It definitely gets you boosts, and those are backed by science. You can go back a few other episodes. We reviewed the scientific results of this tool, showing that actually it does boost people. Wow, holy crap. It's a super AI that finds the best keywords to target, and it's a super easy AI content generation. That's what the tool boasts. So here's the main dashboard for the tool, and you can see they kind of have there's kind of an easy step 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of at the top, telling you what you need to do. And the first thing you need to do here is find the ranking opportunities. That's the most important thing to do. So you might be like, okay, hold on, Josh. Let's take a couple steps back. You said this would help me do my SEO. Okay, so where's the on-page keywords? Where's the title tags and URLs? We're going to get there. We're going to get to that point. But before you even get to that point, no matter who you are, whether you're an SEO of 25 years experience or more like 28 years experience like me, or you're an SEO with 2.8 months experience, like some small businesses out there who are trying to sell flowers or doing their whatever, their restaurant, or they're doing their lawyer office, they don't have time to learn SEO. This is the perfect tool for you. It will take the 20 hours of work, if not more, the 100 hours of work to do your SEO per month and bring it down to a couple hours in a month very easily. And it's guaranteed to do it right for you and help you, guide you to get it right. And also we offer free training in it as well here. The SEO Copilot training, I've got 20 people signed up for the training this week. Make sure you sign up really quick if you want to get on the free training for this week. And it'll help you do, fully understand your SEO and fully utilize the tool. But basically, it does most of the work for you. And you might be like, okay, let's get to the title tags and URLs. But hold on a second. Whether you've been doing SEO for 25 years, like I said, or for 2.5 months, the main place where people go wrong is they try to rank for the worst keywords to begin with, right? They're like, Josh, I'm a chiropractor in Winnipeg, Manitoba, which is where I was born and raised, which is why I always use it as an example. I'm a chiropractor, and yes, they have chiropractors there. They're not all frozen. There's chiropractor offices and everything. 1 per square kilometer, whatever it is. I'm a chiropractor in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I just want to rank for chiropractor Winnipeg, Manitoba. My answer is maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. You don't know. Maybe chiropractor Winnipeg, Manitoba is like the hardest keyword to rank for ever. And maybe that's not what people are purchasing on. Maybe that's really higher up in what was called the sales funnel. The sales funnel, I'll draw a little diagram here for you on my monitor. The sales funnel or the search funnel is where people look for information here. They're very far away from making a sale. Then they're looking for the best version of the thing you have, like top 10 chiropractors, Winnipeg, Manitoba, and then sign up for chiropractic or get chiropractic services is at the bottom of the sales funnel. This is where they have their credit card at hand and they're ready to make a purchase. Maybe that's where you want to rank instead. Maybe even though you got 10,000 people in Winnipeg looking for chiropractors every month here, but like 0.0001% of them are going to convert and they're not really interested. And let me tell you, Winnipeggers are a very frugal lot. That's why a lot of businesses try out their restaurant chains in Winnipeg, actually. Because Winnipeggers, and I know this for a fact, I was born and raised there, lived there 30 years, we're pretty frugal and we're pretty like, we don't like it. We complain a lot because we're all crabby because it's so cold during the winter, right? And so a lot of restaurant chains, this is a fact, they actually like to test out their new restaurant in Winnipeg because if it survives in Winnipeg and people actually get out in the minus 30-degree weather to go there, it'll survive pretty much anywhere, right? So that could be the same thing for chiropractic. I know a lot of people in Winnipeg would be like, what's this hoodoo voodoo chiropractic thing? They might not want to convert on this query. But down here at the end of the sales funnel, when they've already decided that chiropractic is something they want, they're much more willing to convert and you can find easier keywords to rank for there. So it's of crucial importance that you find the ranking opportunities first. It has to be step number one. It has to be step number one. I cannot emphasize how important it is that you should not just ask the client what they want to rank for. You shouldn't ask your boss what they want to rank for. You shouldn't ask your own brain, what do I want to rank for, brain? I don't know, Josh, whatever we think. Your brain should not be making this decision. Our AI, our brain should be making this decision for you or helping you make your decision by giving you the data of what is truly what the ranking opportunities are in that niche. And don't forget, it is the year 2024. Google has been around for a good, whatever it is. Google's been around for 30 years, whatever it is, or close to that. And no, less than 1998. So 26 years, whatever it is, Google's been around. And your SEO competition, ever since around the year 2000, has been around too. Now, yes, some businesses are come and they've dropped out in and out of the ranking algorithms. But for any niche, the more the niche makes money, the more your competition has been at it for 30 years or whatever it is. And so the head start, that's the head start they have on you. That's another reason why you think the whole internet is wide open for you to rank on any keyword. It's not that way. I'm sorry, that's not the case. Some of your competition has been at this. If you're trying to sell, something globally, if you're a small business trying to sell something globally like Jaguar parts or something like that, the Jaguar Corporation has been trying to rank that for 30 years or whatever, as long as Google's been around. And they spent probably at this point millions of dollars to do so. And that money matters. And so if you think you're just going to jump into the market and rank for Jaguar parts or even used Jaguar parts, you need to do some research first and find out if that's even open for you, if that's a ranking opportunity, or if that's that's a no-go. That's never going to work. And you're going to spend 3 or 6 months trying to rank for this keyword, and it's not going to work, and then you're going to fail, and then you're going to lose all that money and time, and you're going to be like, shucks, I should have listened to Josh. Do you know how many emails I get on a monthly basis? I used to get them weekly, and then now people have, Google's cleared out our competition, which is a good thing for us because we're using AI and we're winning. And I get emails on a monthly basis of Josh, I tried this and it all went to hell. Help! With like exclamation marks. I get that on a monthly basis. And that's fine. I've been doing this for a very long time. I expect those emails and I help those people out. And if you have any problems like that, email me at joshbachynski@gmail.com. Again, that's my name down there on the bottom left, JOSH, B as in Bob, ACH, Y as in YouTube, N as in Nancy, SKI@gmail.com. No punctuation, all lowercase. With any SEO questions you have, and I'll gladly help you out. I can gladly bring your business to the next level, no problem. Just like this software can bring your business to the next level, SEO Copilot. And again, you can try it free for 14 days, no credit card needed. You don't even have to, have any interaction with SEO Copilot other than just getting the free demo. But I think once you see how easy it is to use and how much of work it takes off your plate, at least I definitely use it. Greg uses it. I think you'll be pretty amazed. More hundreds of users use it. So again, it's super important, guys. I've been doing this for 28 years. Do not just guess as to what the ranking opportunities are. That's like guessing where the fish are in the lake without using a finder. I mean, that's a bad example because I guess some people do that. But I mean, it's like I don't know. I can't even think of a good example. It's like going randomly to job interviews where you're not prepared for the job interview. It's like, what is this job interview for? This job interview is for being an engineer. I have no training in being an engineer. Okay, well then get out of here. Like that's not going to work, right? You need to find the opportunities for you where you're actually going to succeed. So you need a piece of software that's going to analyze that for you to find what actually the ranking opportunities are for you. So it's super easy. So let me show you how to do it. Okay, so that's why it's step number 1. You click here. First thing you do is you go here and you put in your seed or base keyword. You have to start with some kind of an idea, and you always start with some kind of idea. You're like, okay, well, I'm a chiropractor or whatever. I'm a lawyer in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Let's say it's a divorce lawyer. That's a really happy topic, but they make a lot of money. Divorce lawyer, Winnipeg, Manitoba. Okay, you can use global if you have the location inside of the query, or I could just selected Winnipeg, Manitoba. Either way, it would have done the same thing. And I say get results. And then right away, our system is going to start analyzing for you. The AI is generating keyword ideas to extend the net, the wider out. And we're going to start finding out right away how much money is behind it. And the answer is not a hell of a lot compared to some other niches, right? It is, a bit of a smaller niche. It's just in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And there's some money behind it compared to some other niches. And right away, you could be like, well, I don't know. Should I be doing SEO for modular homes or prefab tiny homes or tiny homes for sale? Look how much money is behind those niches. And it's actually of average difficulty. It's not that hard to rank. So if you're thinking, I was going to just do SEO for a divorce lawyer client, or I work for a divorce lawyer office and I was going to do SEO for them, you can do SEO on the side with this tool. This tool makes SEO so easy. You can do SEO on the side, and you might be like, hey, maybe I'm going to find some affiliate programs where I can be an affiliate and get a commission on selling modular homes or prefab tiny homes. And then you could see how much money is behind these niches. And that will give you an approximation of how much money you could possibly make when you compare apples to apples. But also you could see how difficult it is. It's only 9% more difficult than the rest of the internet on average, minus 5% on average more difficult, 11% less difficult actually, minus 5% less difficult, 11% more difficult. It gives you the data right there at your fingertips to know. And now it's also done the process for a divorce lawyer in Winnipeg, and you can see that it's 21% easier than the rest of the internet. So you can click on this, and you can start looking and go, hey, look at this. Now I'm going to minimize this here for a second. I'm just going to move this over here. So it's sorted by the final ROI. And ROI, of course, stands for return on investment. And so it's telling you, SEO is an investment. You're investing your time, you're investing your money. And so we show you for when it comes down to it, the bottom line is that your final ROI, your final return on investment is best spent on these queries. Why? Because they make the most money and they're the easiest to rank for in the area that you specified, right? For that particular area specified. And look at this. This is a perfect example. Look at this. I'll make this bigger. Look, if you're like, okay, well, I'm a divorce lawyer in Winnipeg, Josh. I'm just going to rank for divorce lawyer, right? The answer is no. Look, family law lawyers in Winnipeg is a far better query to rank for. It has more money compared to the other ones, and it's easier to rank for. It is minus 22% easier than all of SEO, which is kind of impressive. Like Winnipeg is a smaller city. It's about 0.8 million population. Winnipeg has. I mean, it's not the smallest city, but it's about 0.8 million population. And you might be like, okay, with that kind of a population, this you would think it'd be even easier to rank for this, but not really. It's only 22% easier. That's because it makes good money, and that's because people have been doing SEO on this for the last 28 years. Divorce lawyers in Winnipeg want to make money just like everybody else. I'm just using Winnipeg as an example, of course. You could use whatever city you want. Use your city, obviously you want to use. So where's divorce lawyer? Divorce lawyers in Winnipeg, Manitoba is the next one. Divorce lawyer Winnipeg, best divorce lawyer is even better, so to speak, pun intended. Divorce lawyer doesn't show up for quite a ways here. It's not even on the first page. Here it is. Divorce lawyer, Winnipeg, Manitoba, makes no money. People are barely searching it. It's super easy. It's minus 47% easier. And you know why? Because nobody searches it. So that's exactly my point. And I didn't know this was going to happen, by the way. I just know from doing SEO for 28 years that I'm going to find this a lot. I didn't know this would happen with this particular query, but it's a perfect example. If you had listened to the client, or if you had listened to your brain and thought, well, they want a divorce lawyer in Winnipeg, they're searching divorce lawyer Winnipeg, Manitoba, right? That's what they're searching. Wrong. That's not what they're searching at all. This has no search volume. It has under 10 searches a month, so it has zero search volume. What people are searching is family law lawyers. That's what it's called in Canada in general and Manitoba in particular. It's called family law, right? Divorce lawyer is probably more of an American thing. So if you're the SEO who's hired by a divorce lawyer in Winnipeg, which their money, can buy you stuff, right? They're just as good a client as anywhere else. And we SEOs, we get small businesses doing SEO for them all the time in niches that we know nothing about. If you're in the States, you might not realize that it's not called divorce lawyer in Canada, it's called family law. That lawyer would probably tell you, so maybe it's a bad example, but that's not the point. If that lawyer's like, yeah, I'm a divorce lawyer, just sign me up for your $500 a month package, whatever it is. And also you can't charge them much more than $500 a month because apparently there's not a lot of money behind this, or at least they don't pay very much in Google Ads. The competition is low, although they're up 21%. That's sad that they're up 21% this year. And there's only 1,900 searches per month, roughly. So you could, 500 to 1,000 is what you could charge this person because of what this keyword revenue ballpark is. But you know that you should be going for these keywords because they're the easiest and also will make you the most money. That's what you should be going for. So that is the whole process of finding the ranking opportunities. Just because you think it should be this doesn't make it so. You need to use the AI to analyze it for you because that will save you from so much heartache. Finding the proper ranking opportunities. Finding the proper ranking opportunities will save you from so much heartache and so much wasted time and money. It will literally be the difference in your small business between success and failure. It will literally be the difference in your business between success and failure. Just as this example shows, if the divorce lawyer in Winnipeg thought, well, I should be ranking for divorce lawyer Winnipeg, that's what everybody searches, right? Nope, apparently not. They're searching best divorce lawyer or family law Winnipeg or different iterations of that you never would have thought of. So again, you have to find the ranking opportunities first, and this piece of software helps you do it so very easily. Greg, would you agree with that? Would you say that that's super important? Do you have any examples or anecdotes as to where you've seen that being very important?
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's definitely finding some things for me that are not mind-blowing, but pretty close. Like, whoa, I was actually thinking something and it's like the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Also, as you know, I'm constantly looking at what some of the competition's doing, and they'll send out emails and reference keywords that they're telling their users to go after. And then I search it up in our tool and I'm like, no, probably not. I think they're a little off here. So
yeah, that's the other problem is that we did a side-by-side comparison a few months back of Ahrefs difficulty tool and our difficulty tool. And Ahrefs said that pirate costumes was only 8% difficult, whereas our tool said something like it was 94% difficult. And so you can get a huge variation because Ahrefs is kind of a dinosaur that's still based on links, and links are not the biggest ranking factor, and there's definitely other ranking factors you need to consider, which our AI takes into consideration. In fact, that's a great idea. Let me show you. So if you're like, okay, Josh, how does your AI determine this? Well, if you click on this thing, it's going to show you how it analyzes the whole thing. And it's going to show you the different factors. And it's using at least, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 11 different factors plus a few more in the background of determining the difficulty here. And it's already picked out the easy one on the niche here, the Reddit post, the Reddit listing here, which you could get off. You could smack off the SERP here. You could take this position. It's the weakest, minus 53%. But also there's ones like minus 26%. There's ones like minus 14% that you can definitely knock off the SERP here as well. And it's analyzing a whole bunch of different SEO metrics and factors that nobody else even takes a look at.
Well, one quick point on that. I won't name names, but I did specifically ask a new keyword tool about their keyword difficulty score. I assume that they would just come back and be like, yeah, we use SEMrush or Ahrefs or Moz or some industry standard keyword difficulty, which would be okay, kind of. But worse, he said, I can't disclose that. And I thought that was very interesting because, it's, again, par for the course. Well, let's not be transparent in how we do things in SEO.
Yeah.
And that's been a big bugger for me. Whereas we come across and tell people right up front in the tool, as well as on this video, on the show, exactly how we do it. There might be a little secret sauce in the background, but it's kind of there in plain English for people to digest and make their own decision and be like, yeah, this is really powerful, or it's not, and they choose to do something else. But we're transparent, and I think that's very critical to let the audience know and let people know that that's the way we do business.
Yeah, and I think that's why because SEO has such a bad reputation, that's part of the reason why we are so transparent. And we even show the results. We show the results aggregated, not people's personal results, obviously, but we show the aggregated results on a quarterly meeting that I've done 2 now from last year and last January. I have another one to do this month now. It's April, right? I have another one to do this month. At the end of this month, we'll do another quarter and show how the results are getting worse or better in different metrics in different areas. So go back in our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/jbashins, J, B as in Bob, ACH, Y as in YouTube, N as in Nancy, S, J Bashins, and go see the January all hands. We're transparent with the results you're going to get as well. So that's fantastic. So you can, and you need to find the ranking opportunities, and you can do it really, really quickly here with SEO Copilot. And then once you've chosen the ones you want to rank for, let's say family law lawyers Winnipeg. I'll click it and I'll say find the boosting keywords. This is where you will now start getting the actual keywords that you want to use to rank for. I'll put in the location. I'll also click generate an article, and the AI will automatically generate an article. And I'll use the standard AI models for testing. I won't click neural matching because it takes longer to do. I want this to work in the demo speed. But these are the actual AIs that Google uses to rank pages. Here's another area where the SEO industry is not transparent. Other tools use something called NLP. And if you're like, what the heck is NLP? Let me search it here for you. Oops, I didn't want to do that. They're like, okay, they use NLP AI. They use natural language processing, which is a branch of artificial intelligence, which has nothing to do with other kinds of machine learning or other kinds of large language models. It's a totally different kind of AI. And is ChatGPT a natural language processing? It's not really. It's a large language model. It does process natural language, but it doesn't process things out in the terms of entities, right? And entities is, Greg will confirm, entities is all the rage and all the people talking about entities and AI. Okay, well, does Google use NLP? The answer is no. Let me go here to my bookmarks and let me show you this page I've shown a lot, but I will show it again. A guide to Google search ranking systems that Google published over a couple of years ago. And this is where they tell you the actual factors and signals and the actual algorithms that they use in their ranking systems. And they do not use NLP. NLP is nowhere here on the page. Or okay, maybe it's natural, maybe it's natural language process. Nope, they don't use that here. There is no natural language processing listed here as they use as a ranking system. There's no reason why Google would lie here. There's no reason at all why Google would lie here. They've been pretty transparent with everything else because they know that it's very difficult to just reverse engineer it if you don't know how it works. Luckily, we know how it works, so we have reverse engineered it, and we build you your own models for it. Shh, don't tell anybody. But if but because we've been doing this for 8 years, my underground mastermind testing group called SEO University has been testing this for over 8 years. But and that's what it took to build this system. It's been about a decade in the making here, at least, this system that we've built. But they don't use that. Also, another thing called LSI, latent semantic indexing. Do you have latent semantic? No, they don't have latent semantic anything anywhere. Do you have LSI anywhere? LSI? No, they don't have LSI anywhere. There is no latent semantic indexing in here, right? If natural language processing, that means NLP is not being used and LSI is not being used. That means if your tool that you're using uses LSI or natural language processing, that means you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're not actually using the AIs that Google uses to rank. That means if when you try to rank for family law lawyer, Winnipeg, Manitoba, if it comes up with a word like families, maybe that's included in the actual models Google's using. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a highly scored word in the models Google's using, so you should say the word families a lot. Or maybe it's not highly scored at all in the actual models Google's using, and you should mention it only once or twice. And that tool is going to do that and steer you wrong, and it's going to be a complete crapshoot. Roll the dice, and maybe you get lucky, maybe you don't. Maybe you roll snake eyes on 10,000 different words. That could push you to number 1 or could push you to number 5. And you'd be scratching your head. I don't know what's wrong. I followed Surfer's logic. I followed this logic. I followed that logic. The dial was in the green, whatever that means. Like for some of these different tools. On one single dial, as if there's only one single thing that matters. There's not. There's at least 4 things that matter, what I'm going to show you today. So again, I don't want to slag off these other tools, and I don't want to get all negative, but I'm just saying, Google here, you need to use a tool that actually uses the stuff that Google uses. And they use BERT, they use deduplication, they use exact match domain, they use freshness, we have that. They use helpful content, we have that. They use BERT, we have that. They use MUM, we have that. They use neural matching, we have it. I'm just not going to run it because it takes too long. It's the most computationally intensive model we build for you. They use RankBrain as well. And they use a review system, which we also use. We have all those AIs built into our system. And here's where you select a bunch of them. You select the BERT remodeling will do for you, the RankBrain modeling. Also, we have term wording on BERT that we do for you. And we have the query interpretation test that we do for you. They also put a paper out on TW BERT or term weighting BERT that we do for you. And they put a paper out on query interpretation. And they fully admitted they do query interpretation here as well. If I go in here and I do a search, where can I search this thing? Is there a search here anywhere? I know, yeah, they have query, if I can only type, query interpretation. Yes, they do query interpretation as well. And you can see in-depth guide how it, blah, 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 blah. They have it somewhere here. They've released documents on it. So we know that they do query interpretation as well. So that's the test that I'm going to run, and I'm going to generate an article as well. And that's easy. You just click the keywords you want, select your location, or you could select a generic location like China if you want, English language in China at google.com if you want something generic. If you want to get out the geolocation services for all the different rankings, you can do that. It doesn't make that much of a difference, but it can make a bit of a difference if it's super difficult ranking. But this one's not. This one's easy to rank for, so it doesn't really matter. And I click continue. And it says, hey, if you have something in the editor to be replaced, that's fine. It's new. There's nothing in there. And I could say, okay, I am John Smith, expert lawyer. And I could do the URL at the same time. I could generate what that should be to be optimal, this, and this. And I'm going to say I have a free consultation is the angle, and the perks are a free consultation. That's what I will give them. They'll come in to me as I'm a lawyer. They'll get a free consultation. And I say submit. So automatically, the system is going to now process that. Now the system will run that. And you see here, it tells me these are previous reports that I've run. And I also have articles that are already generated. You can see there's a check mark with AI generated. So this will take about 5 minutes to run this one here. But on these previous ones that I've run, you see it has a green check mark or a red X. And you're like, Josh, what are these green check marks and red X's? It also has a spam score. What is this spam score that you have here? So let me show you what that is. So when the article is done processing, this is what it's going to look like. It's a high quality article that our AI generates. And this is a very complex, this is not just ChatGPT. This is a very complex, it's what it's called, is called chain of thought or tree of thought ideation. That is fancy terms for saying it's a complex AI that's more than just a single AI. It's multiple AIs talking to each other and planning things and processing things and analyzing things. It's the promise of where AI is going to go. It's a brand new, like, prompt engineering and chain of thought and tree of thought ideation, machine learning is a completely new field, right? It didn't really exist in a robust sense for the last few years. And so we're well ahead of the bell curve when it comes to building all this for you. Long story short, it generates the article for you either on the page that I showed you or you generate the article here. And it writes a good in-depth article that is also up to date. Another thing I got to warn you of is that some of the other AI writing tools out there, especially just ChatGPT, is out of date. It is 2 to 3 years out of date. You need to make sure that it's up to date, and our AI is up to date with up-to-date information. And there's 4 main scores that you need to make sure that you are in the green for. It's the spam score, the Google semantic score, the heat score, and the average predictability length. Also, your word count is important as well. That matters. Compared to the competitors, the headings also are vaguely important as well. So while my other one's processing, let me go through what these mean. The spam score is a proprietary score that we have that helps you from being spammy. Now you might be like, Josh, everybody knows that AI content is spammy and that Google hates it. Wrong. That's totally wrong. Google is an AI company. They have the Google Gemini product. I'll show you. I have it right here. The Google Gemini product is right here. This is Google Gemini. Write me a web page on why to hire a family lawyer in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And you can go to either ChatGPT and get this generated, or you can go to Google Gemini and get this generated. And they want you to go here and do this. Here's the reason why you don't want to do that though. Because one, it's not going to be up to date, right? It's going to be only as up to date as the last processing. Also, the problem with this is that if you took this and copy and pasted it in here, and I can do that to prove it to you, that it's not going to meet any of these metrics in any special way. Our AI is going to meet as many of these metrics as it possibly can. And also the average predictability length is going to be way higher than ours as well. And so this system is always improving. In the next few months, it's going to improve even better to what we're calling the perfect article system. And it's going to get all these numbers off the bat. But this thing doesn't have the numbers built in. These numbers here are the numbers you need to actually hit. And this is going to be a very spammy kind of article, right? And that's what you need to avoid. Google hates the content that comes out of ChatGPT or Google Gemini because it's low quality, even though ironically Google Gemini is the one that produced it. So you need to have high quality content. And that's what the heat score is for. And you notice the heat score is all in the green and it provides original information. It's got a score out of 1 to 10, showing you how good it actually does in providing insightful analysis and interesting information that is beyond the obvious, et cetera, et cetera. So our AI is not low quality black hat. Our AI actually is fully white hat and helps save you from making low quality content. Now, if this one has a higher spam score, if you want to see why, you click here the SEO tab and you start reading what it doesn't like about the various things. And for this one, it says the content appears to be well written and provides useful information about identifying roofing requirements, but it contains keyword stuffed phrases like Charlotte roofing contractors and roofers Charlotte. So what I need to do here is I need to get rid of the excessive keyword stuffing, and you can see some of them are highlighted for me, so I can go in and remove the excessive keyword stuffing so that I'm not spammy as far as Google is concerned. It also tells you the average of your competition. The next thing I need to do is I need to also remove a lot of the content so that it's not too heavy. Right now, we know that you need to be between 18 and 28. It is statistically proven to boost you if you're between 18 to 28 in this. No other tools have a similar metric, but ours I think is better. So what you need to do is come in here. You can get rid of a lot of some of the fluff content in here. So it's easy. Just delete this. You come in, delete that, delete that. All these conclusion paragraphs it likes to put in here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's better. Now you can see that the words have gone down. The semantic score is coming down. So what used to take 20 hours of research, of you having to become an expert on roofing, even though you know nothing about it, or maybe you're a small business, you know everything about it, great. Then you can write the article manually if you want, or you can have the AI generate the article, whichever way, it's your choice. You should definitely have the client go through it if you're an SEO writing it, but all you need to do is remove it. If you need to bring other things down, you can easily use the down score button, and that will start to make a lot of the content go bring these scores down as well. It's very easy to use. Just highlight and click, rinse, repeat. And this down score button, once I use it a bunch of times, you'll see here, it's a fairly long article, so I got to do this quite a bit. It'll write it better as well. Let me downscore these ones. It's pretty easy to do. Boom. Okay. Now if I click this might have gone down a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if I downscored enough the content. We're still over the word score. Yeah, it went down. And then this one probably will have gone down as well. It went down as well. So you can see that starts to downscore all of the different these two scores to get them into the green where they need to be. If everything's in the green, that's where you want to be. And so you just work on it for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and you get your article all done. Greg, can you talk about a little bit about how easy it is to use this system compared to some of the other AI tools that you've used?
Sure. Well, I had a question for you actually, but I think the easiest thing is knowing that it's going to be in the heat, cover heat, basically the helpfulness, and then all those other acronyms, expertise, authority, experience, and trust. For me, I feel like when I test out other article builders, ChatGPT and the like, that heat score is really low. Mm-hmm. The average predictability length, which is my question to you, although that can be in the green, I still will have a client say, oh, I put this into Originality AI or GPT-0 or one of these AI detectors. Mm-hmm. It's flashing, AI content. So that's a big thing for me. You can't seem to get those tools, if you will, to come out as human. But in terms of speed and quality, this is by far, I think, the fastest and the most powerful in terms of hitting all these four metrics, which is a much more realistic view of how Google is ranking pages. Because if you think it's just hitting a B plus, A minus on Surfer or something, you're sadly mistaken, because to your point, the NLP it's basing off is basically the only metric that they're scoring. Yeah. So I don't know how that helps with Google at all. It probably actually hurts because it does keywords. So I don't know. You can't even really compare the tools that were like the big helpers for SEOs. They're kind of like obsolete. And I don't know when people are going to start realizing it, but I don't know. The March update, I'm sure, has woken people up. Oh yeah. So Yeah, overall, it's super easy, and I just think more powerful in terms of what you're trying to achieve. My only thing is, how do I answer that question about um, the content is registering as AI in my tool? And I tell them we care about the average predictability length only.
Yeah.
Like that, it's green. That's what we care about for Google purposes. Whatever your tool is telling you, we don't,
Yeah, and
believe in it.
that's a great point, Greg. Let me tell you why.
Than that.
Yeah, let me tell you why. Is because, again, Google is an AI company and they want to sell Gemini as much as everybody else. They want you to use AI content. They just don't want it to be low quality AI content. They don't want it to be spammy in stuffing in these keywords, which I haven't removed yet. That's why I still have a high spam score. And they want it to be helpful. They want it to show the experience, the expertise, the authority, and the trust. They want it to be insightful and have information beyond the obvious, is what they want. And this is the one that I got nabbed on here. Now it looks mass produced because I've removed some of the content out of it. I need to put it in a little bit more helpful content back in, which is no problem. I'll show you how to do that very easily in a second. But we know that statistically, if you are at, it doesn't matter. Even humans, the average predictability length measures the number of words on average that you go that is predictable. That's how people write in general. If you're writing very prosaic business level content that uses all the businessisms that everybody uses, that it's going to be just as predictable as an AI. I've seen human writing just as predictable as an AI. So that's not the problem. The problem is whether or not it is over a 4.1 predictability, because that's where we've measured over 1.3 million data points and found out that that's the level where Google starts to give you a minus for being AI content. If you are over 4 words in a row or 4.1 words in a row, the more you're over 4.1 words in a row of being predictable and in your writing, that's where Google starts giving you basically a bad writing slap. It has nothing to do with AI, quite frankly. And you can see our AI nailed the 4.07 very easily when I removed quite some of the content that I just doctoring up this page. And also the semantic score is going down into the levels that I need to get it to. One problem, though, is that I lost some of my helpfulness because I removed some content. Some of the content I removed was helpful. So here's how you would easily add that in. You would go here to content, and you go to the helpful content update, and you'd say demonstrate first-hand experience and depth of knowledge. After reading this, I'll click all of these 4, and these are actual things that Google asks you. Do you do this stuff for your content? We've used the actual Google recommendations to fine-tune our AI to build this model for you that will get you the actual helpful information on whatever the topic is, whether or not you're a subject matter in the subject matter expert in the topic or not. And as again, this is for small businesses. You're probably a roofing contractor. You could probably just click this and get it and be like, "Yep, this is useful," or "No, the AI is out to lunch on this," and you can make a decision, right? So now I'm just going to do this because I hate the WYSIWYG editor here. Boom, I'm just going to put this in there. Boom. Okay. So now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to read what this says here. I'm going to give it a title very easily. Quality workmanship from experienced professionals. Final checklist when hiring a roofer. Do they profess to give these factors? Quality workmanship from experienced professionals, timely completion of review projects, use of high quality materials, blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. Now we've added in some more tips and tricks for the user. This is basically the same thing, so I'll get rid of it. This is talking about Charlotte too much. It's too much keyword stuffing. I won't use it. And that's the same deal. Okay, fine. So that's one good thing. You know, I can then I can very easily go, okay, here, boom, fine. Oops. There we go. Now I have it here in a list. I can just get rid of that. Easy peasy. And now I can highlight this, and I can just make this an H2. Great. And you can word that a little bit better probably. And now the next thing that I know that Google loves that we give you very easily is under the review AI, the pros and cons. They love having a pros and cons in an article so that you're giving users the pros of hiring this and the cons of hiring this so they can make a educated decision. So our AI will come up with that for you automatically in 5 seconds, and boom, you just post it in. Pros and cons when hiring a roofer or a roofing contractor. Pros, professional expertise. Charlotte roofing contractors have the knowledge and experience. Okay, so again, that's a little spammy, so I'm not going to use that one. You could pick and choose the ones you want, but basically, 1, time saving, 2, warranty, 3, safety. Those are great pros of why to hire. So pros and cons, why to hire a roofing contractor. It saves you time, warranty, safety. Cons, cost. Hiring a professional contractor can be expensive. Depending on scheduling, contractors may have busy schedules. You tell them both the pros and the cons. You might be like, Josh, I don't want to tell them the cons. I want to have it more salesy. And my answer is don't. Google hates that. Google wants it to be less spammy. They want it to be more helpful. So you definitely want to, I would get rid of limited control. That one sounds pretty bad. I would just have 3 pros and 3 cons, okay? So now I have that. Now I can make that a level 2 heading as well. Boom, okay. Now what I can do is go back to the report here and rerun the heat score. It should go up because now I've added some helpful content. Boom, now we're back in the green. Now I put in the helpful content, it's back in the green. I probably added some keywords though while I was at it. Yeah, that's gone up. Okay, then the only thing left I have to do is bring this one down and this one down. And they have the same problem, which is pretty easy. I just go in here and I say, okay, what are the keywords you're cluing on? You're cluing on Charlotte roofing contractors and roofers, Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay, first off, I do a search, Charlotte like this, and I go, okay, where do I want to remove it? Okay, first off, why hire a roofing contractor? Why hire a roofing contractor? Let's get rid of Charlotte again. Why local Charlotte roofers are the best choice. And so now clearly, look at this. Now, the AI, and I'm going to be retooling all this, but the AI, and this is how it used to work before March, right? You would give a sentence like this. Choosing a local roofing contractor in Charlotte, North Carolina comes with a multitude of advantages. Yeah, you don't want to say that, right? I would just rewrite this sentence entirely. Now after March, the spam score is, after January actually, the spam score is very important. So I would say, make sure to ask about these top factors when hiring a roofer. Make sure your local roofer knows about the building codes. This kind of makes sense. In Charlotte, the weather, this is not stuffed. In Charlotte, the weather varies greatly with heavy rainstorms. But I'm going to get rid of it. Make sure your local roofer knows about knows these weather conditions. It says right here, so that's fine. Consider these factors. Where does it say Charlotte again here? And finally, and sometimes it gets a bit repetitive, but that's fine. Why local Charlotte roofers are the best choice. I think I changed it to that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, good. So I have it only in there once. So now that I've removed those keywords, now I come back here. Boom, this has gone down. Now I come back here and rerun this spam score. Let that run, go back to the article. And boom, the spam score is now fixed. Okay? So that's the only thing it was complaining about. It was super easy to do. Sometimes people are like, oh, Josh, I don't know what it wants me to do. All you need to do is read what the Copilot says. It will say in here exactly how to fix it in the SEO Copilot window that pops up here, the submenu, which we are going to make this a chat box pretty soon that you're able to chat with the Copilot, and actually the Copilot, like the AI is supposed to do, will help you to do this, right? But it was easy for me to get this down. It was not difficult at all. And so last thing I got to do is just remove some of the keywords. You might be like, okay, well, Josh, how do I get the semantic score down? Easily. Just go to Entities, click on Entities, click on Words, click on Score, find the highest scored, and then start going down the list. I say roofing too much. Okay. Easy. Roofing. Okay, roof service required. Roof has a way lower score than roofing. So just replace roofing with roof. Emphasize the significance of top-notch service of roof service. Upgrade your property with top-notch service. Your roof requirements. Roofers is 22 points. That's probably fine. A roof contractor for all your roof needs. That's going to bring everything down. Roof contractors to assess a roof contractor for your roof projects. Questions to ask roofing contractors. Let's see how much we've brought it down already. We have brought it down not enough, so we need to do more. Fine, just keep going. Roof, 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 roof. Now also the word contractor probably is really high. Roof contractor is the next word we're going to have to get out of here. We're saying contractor too much. Contractor. Service professional. Charlotte roofers. Contractor. Your local roof professional. Your local service professional. Professionals. I can say contractor once here. Roofer skill. Roof replacement specialist. Roofer. Vetting potential service professionals. There, now it's probably brought it down a fair amount as well. Yeah, it's going down. So you can see I just start replacing the words that are the highest, that have the highest score. I just start replacing them. And you whittle it down until you get it into the area here, and then you want to get all these in the green. It took me just 10 minutes or so. Not that difficult to do. Once you have these scores all in the green, it is guaranteed to rank, right? It is guaranteed that it's going to rank well in Google. Your on page is pretty much perfect when you have all these in the green. So I would just keep going down here. Let's see if I can do it. Service professional. A licensed roofer. Specialists. make the final decision. Choosing the perfect roof, the best roofing contractor. Roofing specialist. Contractors, choose a specialist. Specialist. Okay, so we'll just do contractors. I'll just do that. Can save you time and money. Can offer warranties. And then ... know the risks. Roofing can be dangerous. Cons. Hiring a professional can be expensive. Roofers may have busy schedules. Not all specialists may deliver the same level of quality. So go back here, boom. We're going down. We're only 10 within the 18 to 28 where it needs to be. If you left it like this, it'd probably be fine. This is just a little bit over. It'd probably be fine this way. But then I can go in here and be like, okay, where else do I need to remove keywords? Go into words, go to score. The next big one is roof. We're saying roof too much. Okay. Define the word roof. Type of service required. Complete. Replacement. Top-notch roof services. Cared for from or properly installed and cared for roof stops leaks. Compromised roof needs for your house. Areas of the roof that appear. Boom, get rid of that. And consider hiring a roofer. Your project will meet all regulations when your roof is damaged or leaking. There's only so many places a service professional, all of your project needs. Let's see, did I go down enough? Getting there. Again, I could probably go with it at 36, but I'm just showing you how easy it is to get it down. Any unsuccessful replacement projects. An experienced type of services you may need. A reputable company, we know what we're talking about here. Again, I just want to keep removing it until I'm in the green here. Professional. What else? Okay, so that's brought it down a fair amount. Yeah, so I mean, it just is a little finicky work here, getting all the numbers just right. We can go down on roofing a little bit more. I could also remove some content. Get rid of that sentence. Get rid of that sentence. Here's that sentence. get rid of some more content, check it again, etc. There we are. So I'm just 3 points over. That'll be perfectly fine. So there you go. It didn't take very long at all, around 20 minutes for me to replace this. And that's why I say it used to take 20 hours to do SEO. Now it only takes 20 minutes. That is, hold on a second. Where is this? Sorry. Where's the view? There we go. There we go. So as I said, what used to take 20 hours for SEO now only takes 20 minutes. It's easy to do for a small business. You don't need to know really anything about SEO. All you need to do is play with our tool, get all the numbers in the green. As I said, in the next few months, it's going to be even easier. We're going to be doing an AI that's going to help you. You can chat with it. It'll tell you what to do. You can make those changes. I would get in the ground floor now with our grandfather pricing at $144 per month. You could use a coupon at the bottom of the email here, at the bottom of the description. You have a 10% coupon code for anyone who's a subscriber to my channel. And I would get it on the grandfather price because the grandfather price is grandfather. It'll never change. That's the promise. So I would get it on that price as soon as possible before we get this thing doing all your SEO for you, and we ramp up the price, because you can replace a $1,000 a month contract with a $444 a month piece of software, and you can do it all yourself, faster, easier, cheaper, and better. Greg, did I miss any points for small business SEO and how this tool can make it super easy for them?
Well, there's a lot more to the tool, but I think for this purposes, from the keyword research to creating a page, I think you definitely covered it. And like you said, there are some things coming down the pipe that will streamline this process, especially with this the article builder. So yeah, no, I think you covered, for the purposes of this demo, pretty much everything. I mean, you can play around with beta tools. You can play around with, even more stuff in keyword discovery. I think, there's a lot of things you can do with that.
And beta tools, we have a whole bunch of other AI tools in here that will help you out for SEO. Let's just quickly take a look at here on reports, the divorce lawyer one, just to show you how the system works. So the divorce lawyer one's done. And if we go to the article, it'll be written by now. And boom. So it wrote an article as well for family law, which is way longer than it needs to be. So you start cutting this stuff down. It keeps going, but it gives you enough content to chop it down, so you start getting the content to where you need it to be. And especially when you're doing, it's done that way on purpose, so that you have the control, you have the power to say what you want to say on your page. Although in the future we are going to be offering services in our tool where it'll automatically update your website, for the highest level of SEO, a human eyes should always see it. As I say, AI is probably not going to take anyone's job. Just a smart person using an AI tool is going to be taking everyone else's job, is what's going to happen. And so a human should be using an AI tool to build the pages, and their human eyes to just have the final word should be the human as to what should be on the page and how well the content is going. So all I would have to do on that page I just showed you is I have to just do some quick edits, make the page better, make it more helpful, and then it'd be exactly what Google wants to rank. It's super helpful. It has the pros and cons. It has the tips and tricks. It is insightful. It's beyond obvious. It doesn't look like mass-produced content, because it's not. It is using specialist knowledge that I've programmed AIs to be able to do, and it does a way better job, this tool, than just ChatGPT or any of these other tools out of the box. So
we know this very, very well, because we're publishing on, I'll just call them authority websites that you don't need to do other SEO for. It's literally just on page. And if you just use the tool almost out of the box, sometimes I don't even get in the green, and it will, close enough, it will rank on the first page within a day or two. Yep. So you take those other SEO sort of ranking factors, like the authority and links and all that, out of it, and just look at the on page. It's a perfect test and testament that this thing just works. So
and it gives Google exactly what they want, and they want to rank helpful content, right? They don't want to rank spammy content anymore. They don't want to rank thin content or content that is not helpful for the end user. And it kind of makes sense, right, Greg? Like, they want, their business model is to produce as much quality for the end user as possible, so people don't leave Google and go to Bing or go to ChatGPT or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. And we're not even talking about dressing up the page with graphs and images and video or anything like that. I'm talking just pure text, which is what the content is really. And it's formatted text too. You see the bullet points, numbered lists. You see all that, the headers, subheaders. So it structures it nicely, but it doesn't even go that extra mile of adding, some of the pretty pictures and things that I probably would rank number one every time if I did all that work, but I don't have the time, unfortunately. So,
Yeah, but we have these features in our system. Our system will be doing tables very soon as well. Also, it was doing images, and we just have to fix something with our image provider. We were using DALL-E 3, I believe. We just have to.
yeah, something must have changed with DALL-E 3 that, our thing just stopped. But
Yeah.
it just created one image. DALL-E 3 is okay. Maybe it's improved since I last saw it. I didn't love the images, how they came out, but I do think the high quality article does create tables. I swear to God, I've seen tables
Oh, it has.
created.
Yeah, it has. Just not always all the time. I'm
Not
going to
always.
make in the perfect article. I'm going to make sure I'm going to give it a much higher emphasis to make a table. So that's structured data. It's one form of structured data as a table. We're going to make a table in there as well. So it's really knocks it out of the park from what's going on. So there's super exciting stuff coming down the pipe as to what we're doing with this tool. We are way ahead of the competition. So again, I would get on the grandfather price as soon as possible, or at least try it for free for 14 days, no credit card needed. Let me check here to see what kind of questions we might have here from folks, if they've asked any questions on the stream.
Josh, you take the questions. I have to jump. So you take those questions, and
Sure.
I appreciate everything today. And everyone, see you next week.
No problem, Greg. We'll see you next week. So
All right, guys.
let's go deal with the questions here. So Gary asks, "Hey Josh, what are your views on sites that got indexed? A lot of sites got de-indexed. A lot of sites got de-indexed recently and have not seen any that has recovered yet. There were sites that didn't have AI content too." Yeah, Gary. So that's a great question. So I know exactly what that is. I know exactly what happened. Our system will show you exactly what to do and what not to do. And if you want more information, email me at joshprashinsky@gmail.com. In Underground SEO University, we found out exactly what Google was using for testing to find those spammy sites. And we can get them re-indexed pretty easily. All you need to do is email me at joshprashinsky@gmail.com. Because we've done, again, 10 years of scientific testing overall. We've been all over this. We've been we're ahead of the curve. We're ahead of every Google update. Because quite frankly, Google says, hey, don't do this. Hey, don't do this. And nobody listens, but we listen and we test and we find out, okay, this is how they're finding it. This is what they're doing. And you know what the new black hat SEO is? White hat SEO. That's the new black hat SEO, just doing white hat SEO, which is what we do. All we do and all our tool does is white hat SEO. Google just wants to rank helpful content that's not spammy. And so we have proprietary scores that nobody else has. And we have AIs doing complex chain of thought ideation, which are really AGIs. They're really like intelligent AIs. They're artificial general intelligences just for SEO, like for a spam score for being helpful. And they're building this content. They're telling you, hey, look at this, look at that, do this, do that. And our chatbot will help explain it to you very, very soon as well. So you can just chat with it and it'll tell you, do this, do that, blah, 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 blah. It's going to be a very revolutionary system very, very soon. So yeah, we know exactly why they got de-indexed. The short answer is they had a bunch of signals that joined Underground SEO University. It'd take like 3 hours to explain everything that's going on there. Join Underground SEO University. I'd be happy to explain it to you. But the long story short, if you're in the green for our numbers there, you'll be good. You'll be safe. I already saw Google doing it. In January, I built a spam score. I was like, I see what's coming. It has nothing to do with AI content. Nothing to do at all. AI content is only tangentially connected to that, as you mentioned in your comment, that they hit both AI content and non-AI content. The rest of the SEO industry is sadly completely out to lunch. They're so confused by Google's propaganda and Google's confusingness. They've tried to confuse SEOs, and they've done it. Luckily, I ignore pretty much. I listen to what Google says for a tip as to what they're going to look at, but then I ignore everything else they say about how to fix it or what to do, test it myself, and find out what to do. And like a scientist does. My academic background was in science. My master's degree and my PhD was in an interdisciplinary PhD in science and humanities. So I know how to do this, right? I know how to do the testing. I've got over 1.3, probably 1.4, 1.5 million data points now of statistical data correlative analysis that tells me what the ranking factors are and where those numbers need to be. And they automatically, we're going to make the system automatically update. Right now, they update quarterly after I manually review it. But in the system, in the future, they're going to automatically update. And if you have automatic updates on your WordPress plugin set for our system, your site will automatically update within whatever the default is. You can have like 3 days, 7 days, or 30 days. It'll automatically update your site when it sees your numbers are out and rebuild your content. So it's really exciting stuff that's coming down the pipe. What we're going to do, get in on the grandfather pricing now is all I can say. Okay, and Jonathan says, so Gary, if you have any more questions about that, like exactly what it was, rest assured those 4 scores, if you're in the green, you're fine from an on-page perspective. There could be other problems with the site, so you need to email me. I either need to do an audit for you, or you need to join Underground SEO University so I could teach you how to audit SEO properly, and you can DIY. Jonathan says, not sure if this is live, but when I use the content editor to create an article, I see a lot of repetition in the article. Yeah, that's a great point, Jonathan. You're going to see a lot of repetition in the article when the AI doesn't have a lot to say about it. So the AI is powerful, and I do have a chain of thought ideation going on here, but you notice here, I bet you I'm going to have, this is really long, I bet you I'm going to have repetition in it. So just look down, key factors, how to find top family lawyers, let's delve, making the right choice. So I can get rid of this section here. I can just look at okay, this section, this section, this section, making the right choice, final thoughts. Okay, boom. So after final thoughts, I can get rid of this. So that's fine. It gives you enough content to play with so you can easily cut it down to get these numbers down, right? And you need it to be as high as possible to get this number up. So this is more about the quality of the content, whether a quality rater would rank at number 1, which Google now has an AI to do that. So I'm still double the word count that I want here, right? So I need to reduce a lot of these words. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all this and say downscore this. Blink, replace all that with that. Boom. So then this score goes way down. This score will probably stay around the same, might get a little bit better. Yeah, it'll hover around there, that'll be fine. Boom, 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 get rid of this. Boom, get rid of that. Get rid of these ending kind of paragraphs it gives you. Downvote this. I don't like that. Use these tips to find your family lawyer. Get rid of this, boom. Get rid of this, boom. Boom, get rid of that. Boom, get rid of that. So then again, boom, see the numbers are already going down. These numbers will probably stay the same, actually, or get worse because now I'm reducing the ratio of content. So yeah, it's only 0.3 off. I could leave this alone. This is only 0.3 off. 4.1 is statistically when they rank number 1. And then 4.5, you're ranking number 8 statistically. So I know this is after over 1.5 million data points. I know this is not just correlation, this is causation here. So you need to be as close to this as possible, but being 0.03 over is not going to be an issue, right? Okay, so now I know the spam score is going to be super high because it's going to say the keyword a lot. Yeah, but it needs to say that to be focused. You need to do some SEO, right? Also, it came up with family law. It did a spam score for all these. The spam score for these are fine. Family law lawyers Winnipeg is good. Family law lawyers Winnipeg, Manitoba. This spam score is going to be a bit high. Or not. What is the EMQ? Family Law Lawyers Winnipeg? Family Law Lawyers in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Expert Family Law Lawyers. Okay, so this is the EMQ minus the in. So you noticed how it put the in and then expert and changed the focus so it doesn't have a high spam score. So that's a good thing. See, our system is helping you on all these different very important SEO spots out of the box. And then, okay, so let's downvote this. let's not downvote, downscore this. That was terrible. Control Z. Okay, you can just Control Z if you don't like the change. Okay, so now what I would need to do is remove some things. I need to go. The process is the same all the time. So let's go in here. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this, and let's do the same thing I did. Go into content, go into the product review, go into helpful content, demonstrate this stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Say right. So we add this, close. Let's go in here into Notepad, Control V, Control A, Control X, post it here, boom. Okay. Now let me just read what this is. Family law lawyers in Winnipeg specialize in legal matters related to family relationships, such as divorce, child custody, and loose apart. Yeah, already said this, already said this, already said this, already said this. Okay. So then that's not helpful after reading your content. Well, some experience of cheese. Okay. Final thoughts. Here is the bottom line factors to consider when hiring a lawyer for your family. For your family. Does your lawyer demonstrate experience and expertise in family law matters? Do they have a reputation and track record for success? Is their communication style and ability to effectively communicate with clients, and ability to effectively communicate is their communication style? I don't know. I can't think and demonstrate at the same time. But is their communication style? Actually, I can highlight this, and I can go downscore it. Replace. If you don't know what to say, just get the AI to write it. Final thoughts. Proven experience in family law, track record, effective communications, availability and responses to client needs, cost versus a reasonable cost of services and fee structure. Compatibility with lawyers' personality and approach to legal issues. Yeah, good. With someone reading, yeah, we know they do that. Fine. Does your content? Yeah, that's the same. Okay, so one of them was going to be useful. I knew, right? I knew at least one of them would be useful. So let's turn this into a ordered list. And edit it really quickly. Boom, boom, boom. Then make this an H2. Boom, boom. And pros and cons of hiring a family lawyer. And then we'll go down here to pros and cons and the product review. Boom. Discussing the benefits and drawbacks. That's really key to making it helpful for the end user. Boom, boom, close, put that in, boom. Pros, expertise. Family law lawyers have specialized knowledge and experience in handling family-related matters. Having a lawyer can provide you with proper legal representation and guidance throughout the legal process. A family law lawyer can offer emotional support, can be a difficult and stressful time. Cons. Hiring a family law lawyer can be expensive. Hiring a lawyer can be expensive. The right lawyer. I'm just stripping out the keywords now that I know the spam score is not going to like. Hiring a lawyer can be expensive, especially if the case becomes drawn out or complicated. Legal process can take time. If there are delays, there's no guarantee of outcome when it comes to legal proceedings. There's always some level of uncertainty involved. Your lawyer probably would want to have this bolded, right? It's really important to make sure that people understand that. Okay, boom. Now let's take this and make this a level 2 heading. Good. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Now that I added that content, if I come here, the heat score should be a bit better. I might need to add a little bit more. No, it's fine. Okay, green. Okay, that's perfect. Now all I need to do is remove this, reduce this, and reduce this, just like I did before. And by removing content and by removing the keyword stuffing, which is going to tell me exactly what it is, I just go down here and mouse over it. I need to remove Family Law Lawyers Winnipeg and Family Lawyers Winnipeg. I need to remove every mention of Winnipeg because it doesn't need to be mentioned a million times. That's keyword stuffing. And whenever I say family law lawyer or family lawyers, I need to remove that just to lawyers or to family law. And by breaking down those phrases, I only need to go down 10 spots in the semantic score. That would get this just removing, as I said, Winnipeg or these specific phrases that are showing up here. That would get the spam score down. And easy peasy, bingo bango, my article would be done. I could do 5 more articles like this a day. I could do 5 articles a day, 25 articles a week, 100 articles a month. That's how you build up a site that has authority. That's what you need to do to build up, with the content velocity, to build up a site that Google is going to take notice of and say, hey, they have helpful content. They're showing the experience and expertise. They're showing their authority. Therefore, I will trust them. The content is timely, and our AI is going to do checks to make sure it's timely and current content. And look at the content growth they have and the breadth of importance. If you did your ranking opportunities to begin with and you found the easiest things to rank for, those 100 pages, a good 60% of them are going to be ranking page 1, if not closer to spot number 1. And boom, you've got a successful site. Sell it, rent it out, collect the client information, collect the leads, and or now start going for the harder queries. Now you go for Divorce Lawyer Winnipeg or whatever it is. Now you go for Chiropractor Winnipeg because you built up the site and now Google trusts it. Google's never going to rank you for the harder queries on a new site they don't trust. They need to trust you first. So that's how you build things up in our system. It is super easy and super fast. Let me see if there's any final questions here, guys. Steven says, Josh going for the marathon today. Love it. Thanks, Steven. Yeah, I just want to make sure everyone understands how that works. So again, if you want more training in SEO Copilot, as you can see here, right in the app, there is a button to book the training right here. So click on this and pick a date that works for you. I run them every second Friday. So I've got one coming up on the 5th and I have another one on the 19th. And then May, there's 3 in May I'm doing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I've already got around 17 signed up for this one. The limit is 100, so there should be room. But these are gonna load up pretty soon, where I'll give you complete training on this and everything else that you need to do. Make sure you also use the 10% off discount that's in the description when you sign on, and that'll be a recurring discount every month. 10% you get back for using the system. So I hope that helps, guys. This meeting's been long enough. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for listening for this whole time. Again, if you have any SEO questions, email me at joshbashinsky@gmail.com, and you will succeed with SEO Copilot. You will sign on to SEO Copilot, and when you do, you will succeed, and you will build many pages in it, and you will see the success within a few months. You need to be in the green. Make sure you're in the green, and then you will make the green. I just thought of that. Sorry, my puns are as cheesy as my hair is right now. But when you're in the green, you will make the green. So we are here to do serious SEO. SEO has never been more exciting and never been brighter with AI, as long as you're using the right AI, and SEO Copilot is the system to use. So go ahead, you can sign on, and when you sign on, you definitely will see the boosts after a month or two, if you chose the right ranking opportunities. So make sure you use the whole system. Choose the right ranking opportunities, build the articles, make sure you're fully in the green for all 4 scores. Easy peasy. It guides you how to do it. You cannot shoot yourself in the foot. You can't do it wrong. It has to succeed. All right, guys, as long as you are in easy niches. If you're going for tough or not recommended niches, that's another matter. So choose a different niche if you can. If you're having trouble with it, you can always join the free training and ask me. I'll answer any questions, or email me. I'll answer any questions. If you're saying, Josh, my niche is super hard, what do I do? I'll tell you. Go ahead. Email me at joshbrzezinski@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to help you out. All right, let's make sure there's no more questions there, guys. Perfect. All right, guys, thanks very much for joining, and we'll see you next week. Make sure to sign up for the free SEO Copilot training. And